Hello, everybody. It is December 19th, 2020, and I will be going through my library books and reviewing a book with you. Today's music is by Jocelyn and the Sweet Compressions. That's JoslynandTSC.com, and you can listen to their whole album and more of their music. All right, so the book we have is In Trend, book number 12. It covers New York, London, Milan, and it is the Paris haute couture as well in here. Look at this beautiful dress on the cover. Fantastic. The locations, and it's a soft cover book, but it's pretty like tough and durable. It's not like a magazine at all. It's very hard. You can see the purchase prices and the locations for the purchase prices are in the back. This book covers the gowns and the dresses. It's issue number 12. The book's name again is In Trend, years 2015 and 16 autumn winter collections. This book covers pretty much all the stuff that you need. So I just want to encourage you to subscribe and we can get into the book. As you open the cover of the book, you see the content page that has all of the locations and fashion weeks that this book covers, which is New York, London, Milan, and Paris. It is covered in that order. They have all the designer names on the sides under the location where it comes from, and with these beautiful pictures of Atelier. And I guess we can get into it. And let me know if I'm going too fast. This is my first book review. If you could comment below, and I can do better next time. Practice makes perfect. We open the page to a New York Fashion Week collections. They're pretty. Like I said, it's not like a magazine, so I have to crease the inside. I hate that I just did that, but I had to keep it open so that you guys can see. Very strong looks in the beginning. Beautiful silhouettes, fabric selections. Look at that Alexander Wang. I think I'll start the music now, which I said we will be listening to Jocelyn and the Sweet Compressions. I don't want to be a liar, right? Look at that beautiful sleeve. That keyhole look on Calvin Klein. Well, not really a keyhole, but I guess you'd call it keyhole even though it's a circle. Was a big trend in this season. You also see it there with Zero and Maria in the shape of a triangle. I don't want to talk too much during this. I just really want you to look at these fantastic looks and the details of them. If the camera isn't good, let me know so I can do better next time. Probably bring it closer. And I want you to see the details of like the ribbon in this brocade dress and the lace on it. It's velvet as well. It's very beautiful, and that's Oscar de la Renta. So many strong looks coming out of New York this year. What I can say personally, I noticed that the further you get in the book, the tailoring is much nicer. The fabric selection is nicer. The casting is also very diverse. Look at that. Nicholas K. It's very modern, actually. Even though this is 2015, I could see people wearing this now. That chains, very futurism, grungy. It's a pretty heavy book. I was encouraged to do this book reviews because I saw someone named Bliss Foster If you don't know him or you don't follow him, I highly encourage you to follow him. He's fantastic, very smart, very knowledgeable about fashion. And he was reviewing a Rick Owens book. It was really good. I was like, oh my goodness, I have a really large library. And I think that people would enjoy reviewing and going through these books and looking at the looks for inspiration, not to copy. Please, you guys, I highly encourage. As a designer myself, I hate when I see copies. This is just the base of where you go. You add on, you take away constantly, and create something that belongs to you. You don't have to be Dior. You don't have to be Chanel. You just have to be you. And find what your look is. Beautiful details. Get into this book. I love the dress book quite a bit. I personally get my books from New York. I believe someone told me that that bookstore was closed, but I can't remember. Look at that. You guys, I'm terrible with names. It's like, yeah, probably because I don't speak out loud too much. I spend a lot of time reading and sewing, so I don't really talk that much. So correct me if I'm wrong as I begin to pronounce these names. I don't mean to butcher them, and I pray that the designers and their design teams and their fans forgive me. That Angel Sanchez is fantastic in the middle right there. This book is heavy. I don't want to crease it too much, but I gotta do what I gotta do. Look at the fabric selection. Wait, it glistens. Oh, the lighting is fantastic. Of course, Hood by Air showing out. That was a very great look that year. That one stood out to me quite a bit. I'm currently working on my 2021 collection. It's a strange year to be preparing to release a collection, but what's a better thing to do than to create during this time? It's a time of a renaissance. It's a time of beauty. It's a time of change and development. It's a time of finding yourself. So don't mind me if I'm talking about other things and pointing at these pictures. I'm just showing you guys which one are my favorites. I guess I should create a dictionary of hand gestures so that you can understand what they mean as I talk about other things. The book is still so new. I mean, I had these books for quite a while, but the crease in the center of them is so tight. I want to make sure you get to see all of these looks. So I will hold it down as much as I can and tilt the book forward. I'm trying to see, are these evil eyes? Yeah, it looks like they're evil eyes. Tanya Taylor, are those evil eyes? If somebody knows if those evil eyes or anybody that works for her, let me know. It's a beautiful look, especially if it is evil eyes. But yeah, I'm currently making my collection. I'm sewing it by myself. I was very inspired by the last 2 years. I've been in such a weird space beginning this fashion house. People say you need about $100,000 to launch a fashion house, and I did it with about 10% of that. And I've been going forward that way thus far. But when there's a will, there's a way. It takes a lot of persistence and hard work and long nights, yes, but within this last year, especially with being at home during 2020, I've taught myself how to listen to my body and take better care of myself. The name of the show is Woman of My Dreams. So currently at this point, still and for always, I am trying to reach that woman, the woman of my dreams. And that's where the show title came from. It's more of a question that I ask myself. What do I want? What do I want to translate? Who do I want to show you? because I haven't been showing my face on Instagram or any social media platforms for about the past 5 years. I wanted people to worry about my my craft instead of what I look like and what I wear and what I'm eating and what I'm doing. But I have to realize that in this world, you can't have one without the other. People want to get to know you. People want to get closer to you. People want to understand you so that they can understand your work better. They want to see a little bit of themselves within you and within your work. We live in, as Busta Rhymes said, this is New York still, by the way. Like, if I skip past us changing into a new fashion week, please let me know. But you can look in the top right hand corner to know what city we are in. Look at that leather look, everyone. Get into it. Get into it. If there's any pages that you want to ask me detailed questions about or screenshot for you, I think I'll have time to screenshot some of these for you. But and get the name for you. I will do that. If I'm going too fast, like I said, comment below. If you have any questions about any of the pages, the page number is also the bottom left and right hand corner, so that we can get some interactions. And I will try to answer all your questions as fast as I can. I will look through them for sure. Look at that. Sun John Juan. But woman of my dreams is the journey that I've gone through, am going through, and will go through to become my higher self. The mission statement of Ontavia Roulette is connecting our clients to their higher selves. And how can I do that if I can't even see my higher self? So this year's journey has had its highs and lows, a lot of reflecting, a lot of being honest with myself, and it has gone into the collection quite a bit. And I'm happy about that because I just want to be transparent in the best way that I know how. I've also even posted my face online twice, actually more than twice, but I took them down because I wasn't feeling it. But you know, it's a growth process. You have to promote yourself. You have to promote yourself is what I keep hearing. But yeah, it's a lot of earthy tones, very earth, air, wind, fire, very human aspects and extraterrestrial. It's some of my best work, and I'm really proud of that. I even have some prints, screen prints this time, which I don't do, but I wanted to give it a try, and if I like it, I guess we'll do it again. But what I did focus on is looking back at my previous collections and my previous work and saying, what did I want to do? What did I want to translate? What illusion did I want to present? What standard do I want? And having this much time at home, I actually, with it being December, I only started sewing 2 months ago because I was on a medical leave, which took a lot of my time and energy. So here I am now, and I started sewing by myself because everyone's in quarantine, and I wanted to be sure that I took my time. So my goal was 37 looks. That is my goal, but I won't stress myself of whether I finish all 37 or not. Whatever is finished on February 5th, 2020 will be finished. Tickets are available at www.ontaviaroulette.com. You are welcome to get those. Or for those fashion bloggers, fashion photographers, and those who are fashion students or working fashion are welcome to donate $50 to the Roulette Fashion Scholarship Fund in order to have access to the show. If you want to learn more, you can also email info@ontaviaroulette.com. But I think this is the best work that I've presented thus far. And I'm really impressed of where it is. And I'm thankful that God has poured into me to let me be able to even be here, to be well and healthy in order to translate this collection to you. But what else is going on? Atelier 1121, which is my podcast, my personal podcast, is 2 new episodes have gone up in the last 2 months, which is really good. I moved from Baltimore, Maryland, back to my hometown during these strange times to recover during the much needed surgery that I had from my overworking, my stress, and lifestyle in the last 15 years. It hasn't been the best. A lack of sleep, not eating right, not praying the way I was supposed to. But now, after this experience, it's like a life or death experience, and having to have my first surgery ever, it'll change a person. And I am very thankful for that change. I'm very thankful to be here and opening my eyes and being able to be here doing this book review with you guys. If you haven't already, please go subscribe to this YouTube page. Also follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is ONTAVIA You can also follow me on Twitter, which is Roulette ONT, and that's ROULETTEONT, and that's Twitter. If you haven't been to the website yet, that is www.ONTAVIAROULETTE, yes.com. So much went on this year. I was supposed to show a collection September of 2020, which would have gone against the grain of what I do on a regular basis anyway, because I only want to show every other year. But with the worldwide issue, it was pushed to February, and now in December, New York is going into a second shutdown. A lot of the rest of the country. So we will see how the collection will be presented. All I know is that God is telling me to complete the collection and make sure it's done February 5th. And that's all I know. And if that's the way he wants to pour in me and that's the message that he wants to present to me, then that's exactly what I will do. If and when everything clears up and we find ourselves in New York on February 5th in 2021, I will be needing interns, and you can email us at info@OntaviaRoulette.com in order to inquire about internships for the New York Fashion Week show backstage. We need dressers. We need people to set up. Just anything to help backstage or to get some hands-on experience with the collection. Just email us and we can get you in there. Yeah. Comment below if you study fashion, if you also have any in-trend books, or if you have quite a few books in your fashion library. I tell fashion students all the time, or anybody interested in fashion, the best way to learn about fashion is not on Instagram. It is not on Twitter. It is not on Twitter, and it is definitely not on Pinterest. I mean, Pinterest has a lot of great images. If you ever look up images on Pinterest, it's much better than Googling them. You can find anything on Pinterest, I believe. I use that for mood boarding for sure. But what I will say, if you want to learn anything about fashion, books, read everything, research everything. Like if you find out that Dior was inspired by a certain flower, research that flower. It's about resources, digging deep and thinking beyond the surface level. So I encourage you to read all the articles, read all the books, research online, intern at fashion houses, get a retail job, even if it's at Forever 21 or a little local boutique. Having that interaction with people and understanding people's bodies and measurements with a raw eye, like looking at someone and knowing they're a size 4, that's a very valuable talent to have. Also, learn pattern cutting. It's fine and dandy if you want to outsource to China, that's absolutely fine, but being able to tailor and make a suit is very, very important. As a fashion designer, knowing how to take muslin and cut out a dress and then take that pattern and cut out the pattern from what you've created with your fabric and sewing it together with wonderful seams is not easy. Outsourcing is easy, but knowing that craft will make you appreciate it more. As I sit here and try to make 37 unique looks for the New York Fashion Week collection. You know what I'll say? I read very few of the feedback. I'm not the type that read feedback on any of the videos that I post. But when I do, I noticed that some people were like, oh, this collection doesn't make sense. Or they felt like the colors didn't make sense. Or when I make a collection, there is a sense of uniformity in it. But it's more of an experience and a feeling. Me, personally, I do think that fashion is art. Comment below if you think fashion is art. Comment below if you think fashion is not art. And tell me why. But for me, I feel like the craftsmanship, the concepts, the art, and the books that you have to read to get to the point to be able to tell a story with fabric, with hair and makeup, with lighting and staging is art. That sounds like opera theater to me. That sounds like a gallery installation to me. All those things have pretty much all the same aspects in it, and you call that art, but fashion isn't. Give me a little bit of pushback on this one. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you agree, if you don't agree. Comment below, follow, and subscribe to this YouTube, and let me know what you think. But yeah, what was I talking about? I don't know. But yeah, as I just think that you should do all the research that you can. Pick up books from the library, which is a tool that everyone has access to. The library is free. Still, go there, get books, read a book, because scrolling with your thumbs just doesn't do it. It really doesn't. And if you can take any fashion classes, textile science classes, tailoring classes, or intern with your local tailor, even if you're just sweeping the floor and asking questions and watching, a lot of people learn how to cook by just watching. So being in the environment encourages you to learn and to grow. So that's just some suggestions when it comes to wanting to be a fashion designer or have a fashion house. And I always suggest that you start any way you want to. If you want to start with shirts, start with shirts. Pants, start with pants. Dresses, start with dresses. But work hard and practice and practice and practice and practice and make shirts and make shirts and make dresses and make dresses until you have an aesthetic, until you see a pattern, and until you see yourself in that. And that's my spiel, and I'm going to stick to it. Yeah. And I'm not saying I know everything, because I don't, and I am still always learning. I'm always buying new books. I'm asking questions all the time. I'm seeing things that I didn't see before. I'm watching so many old runway shows. That's what YouTube is good for me. I love that YouTube has countless runway shows that you can have access to. It just takes you to get to know the designers a little better, and then start looking them up and subscribing to those pages. FF channel, I have to give them a shout out, because they were the first YouTube page that launched and showed my New York Fashion Week show back in 2017. I cannot thank you enough for your love and support. And I believe our last New York Fashion Week show is over 10,000 views now. Yes, they're separated into two separate videos, because the first one was published 3 days after the New York Fashion Week, which was September 12th. 2019. And it's 7,500 on that one. And then they reposted the runway show again on FF channel during 2020 pandemic I believe for the February New York Fashion Week, which is still pretty cool. Thanks for reposting. Thanks for putting it out there. And that is almost at 3,000 views. So yeah, we're at 10,000 views on the last collection. So if you haven't seen it yet, go to FF channel and go check out the runway show. And also I have my first runway show on there. It's you can see the progress I've made. That's what I can say about it. But yeah, what else is going on? Cosmetics. People don't know. If you do not know, this fashion house also has cosmetics. We have a Moon Water fragrance for men and women, but the men's is sold out. Thank you, God. And we have women's Moon Water as well. That was launched in 2018. It is a citrus, warm, earthy scent for women. Very great for summer. Very great for summer. But some women say they love it for the winter. It's very sexy. It's very alluring. It's very ambitious. That's what I will say. So if you would like to get Moon Water, that is in the shop at OntaviaRoulette.com. And also there's a sample. You can have a sample for $4. It's honestly free. The $4 is just the shipping and handling. And you also get discount codes and a little bit of extra stuff in there. So if you're interested, please do grab a sample and we will send that right out to you. We don't send you one. We send you 4 little samples. So a lot of people enjoy the samples in a way that is put together. And then when they run out of the little samples, they actually do purchase the Moon Water fragrance in the large bottle. And we are thankful for that. I believe we're almost sold out of the medium size. The extra large bottle is gone. That was sold out right away. So I believe we have a roll-on. So we only have a few medium and a couple of roll-ons. And there's a discount code on the website. If you know it, you know it. If you don't, I don't know. If you want the discount code, comment below and tell me something about Moon Water. And that's Moon, Moon, water, like the water that you hydrate with, or you should hydrate with and drink. Yeah, what else is going on? So we have the cosmetic Moon Water. Oh, we relaunched Slop Top. Slop Top, if you know what that is, you know what that is. If you don't, do your research. But Slop Top lip gloss is only available on fans only. Fans only. Oh, did I just show my age with that? It's OnlyFans. Slop Top is available on OnlyFans, which is more of our erotic art. Because, of course, there's a lot of censoring going on, and we don't want our things dropped off or edited or kicked off of social media. So we're going to move our commercials that show a little bit too much brown skin. Yes, I said brown skin. We're going to move that to OnlyFans, and you can also see our erotic art, and you can see our Slop Top lip gloss on that channel as well. And then yesterday, December 18th. What is today? I don't even know what today is, you guys. But Hologram is the name of the lip gloss that we just released yesterday, and I'm very excited to share it with the world. It came to me in a dream, it came to me in a vision, and I saw it very clearly. And I'm so thankful for being a vessel and being moved through to present Hologram to you. It is a beautiful, transparent bottle of lip gloss that looks like a prism and reflects light beautifully. And it is a holographic lip gloss. So if you haven't checked it out, please go over to Instagram at Ontavia Roulette and check out the color of the lip gloss. You can check out the campaign ad for the lip gloss. And you can purchase the lip gloss at OntaviaRoulette.com. And that's so far the only 3 cosmetics that we have for our fashion house. So if you haven't checked it out, if you don't follow us, please do. We would greatly appreciate it. I've been doing tarot readings on Instagram. I've been showing more of myself this past year. I've been very quiet, very private, off into the woods, all alone, like a creepy little person that I am. And I've been worried about showing my darker traits. Like, everyone's so love and light, but I've never really been that way. I have a very dark, sick sense of humor. But I am, I'm like Jigglypuff right before, she attacks you or whatever. But anyway, I've been doing tarot card readings on Instagram, and I've enjoyed it. I've been able to interact with people and talk to people through their issues and get to know people and realize, not that I hadn't already realized, that we're so much alike. We all go through the same woes and the same pains. We're just all in different bodies, experiencing a human experience to learn something grand. Excuse me, I need water because I've been talking for 30 minutes without a splash of water. So if you hear the bottle, just that's on you. And if you did not catch it, this is Jocelyn and the Sweet Compressions. Jocelyn Hampton, I met her in college. Phenomenal singer. We were very competitive with each other. We actually we're in a concert choir together singing classical music, and she has the greatest soul and R&B and church voice, and she could sing opera. Not sing opera better than me, but she's one of the best singers that I've ever met in my life, and I've met a lot of singers in my life. For those who don't know anything about me, I studied opera for 13 years. I attended Cleveland School of the Arts, and I attended Kentucky State University studying opera and opera theater. And that is a love of mine. I guess you could see a lot of that in my collection and in my work. I mentioned it on my About page, but I don't go too much into it. But I also have a program coming out called Artificial Intelligence Personality Program, which has all of the things that I do, from tarot reading to opera singing to cosmetics to fashion design to painting and all of the things that I'm into, because for me, artificial intelligence, AI does not develop without artists. Artists and people feed AI to create for people. And that is what I'm doing. I am sharing my work and sharing my art, which is official, and is my personality, and it is my program that I am sharing with the world. We are in a new age. It is very futuristic. It is very surrounded by futurism. We are on the brink of the Jetsons, and you heard it here first at Ontavia Roulette. We are in the new age, and I'm so happy to be alive during this time. I remember being a kid watching Jetsons episodes, wishing that I could have some of the things that they have. I should look that up and try to watch some of those episodes and get some inspiration and see how it coincides with today. Back in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, they romanticized the future, not the past. They wanted to move forward. In the 20s, they were so in love with Egypt that Art Deco was reinvented. If you look at Art Deco interior design, it looks like something from the age of the Jetsons. The only thing that they're missing is LED lighting. Really? Could you imagine living in an Art Deco room with green LED light, like jade bathroom? Let me know what there was a jade bathroom that I saw on Pinterest. I should post it on my stories or something for you guys to visit it. But it was absolutely fantastic. Could you imagine that with a matching green LED light and mirrors and taking a bubble bath? Oh my God, that would be transcending. That would take you to your higher self if anything ever did. But yeah, I truly get excited when it comes to the future. I get excited about the things that we're going to create. I get excited about opera. I get excited about film. Film is my first love, and there's so many things that we have been blessed to be programmed with that inspired us to get to this point right now. And I'm very thankful that I didn't consume trash when I was a kid. I mean, I watched real film when I was a kid, like Fifth Element. I watched Total Recall. I was old enough to be able to go to the theater and see The Matrix. So I'm thankful to have been alive when I was alive, that I know how a landline works. And I also was one of the first people to have a flip phone. And I remember taking typing classes on the first Apple computer. Like, those moments are with me forever. And I'm so happy that I was able to experience those. But what else do we have going on with Ontavia Roulette as we go through this beautiful fashion book? Our podcast is doing well. We just had Sarita C on there, a fantastically talented seamstress. I can't express enough how grand she is. Go check the episode out. Man, look at this. I want to see what the makeup they did with the makeup with this runway show. I love set design as well. I did opera theater, so of course I love set design. Look at that. I'm going to look this up. See the chairs in the back? It's fantastic. Yeah, but who else? We had Reggie on there, Angelo. She's a rapper from New York. We had Midori Ame, a model. We had The Manifesting Beauty, which is a stylist in Atlanta. We had videographers on there. We're going to have a male model. I like to call him male model in my head because I'm so proud of him. A stylist and creator named Markel from New York, and a fashion psychologist on the show as well to talk through fashion. These are Black people, very talented Black people in their fields, and I just want to share these people with you because I feel blessed enough to be able to talk to them, to know them, and call them my friends. What else is going on with me? Tickets for the show are on sale at OntaviaRoulette.com. You can look at the mood page as well. So if you go onto the website, you see 2021 New York Fashion Week experience. You see the QR. If you scan or if you take a picture with your phone of that barcode, it will take you to the ticket page. And you can purchase your tickets there. Boom. So all you need is that. You use your boyfriend's trap phone or your trap phone, ladies, and take a picture of the QR barcode, and then go get your tickets. But if you scroll down from there, what else is on my website? There's so much on my website. I actually post more on my website than I do on social media because it's just so much going on. If you go down from the QR code, you see learn more or buy tickets. If you click on learn more, you see the mood board, you see the base storyline, because the storyline is pretty long, which is being written by the Manifesting Beauty. If you don't follow her, go follow her because she's absolutely talented and fantastic, and I am a fan, like dead ass a fan. Anyway, can you cuss on YouTube? Don't know. Anyway. But you can see the storyline, you can see the mood board, you can see the book references, you can see the film references. I don't reference one film, I don't reference one movie. Things are more so complex than my head, so I don't want to dwindle it down. I want it to be vast. I want you to think about it. I want you to go look at the movies. I want you to go read the books. I want you to really take in the imagery of the mood board that is provided to you and take it from there. To be honest, because everything is so fast and super, you just click through everything and it means nothing. And I don't want that for this collection. I want people to actually feel something and see something and go to this mood board and experience it. What else is going on? The 2020 collection, we're also going to contribute into the book and the films that are coming up. Yes, a book. So I have well over 100, 200 designs with this time spent, and I'm thankful to be able to say that. And I wanted to come out with my first book of images. I have so many images that weren't released of this previous work that I had and the work that's coming up. This collection that's coming up is so big that is going to be photographed in China. That's so rude. It's going to be photographed in China in March, and then I'll be in London in May. So if you are a model or a makeup artist or photographer or hairstylist in China and you want to collab in March, please comment below or shoot me an email at info@OntaviaRoulette.com, and we could probably get together. I would love to see your work, and you can see my work, and we can see what we can do together. All right. Same thing for London. I'll be doing a small shoot there of the collection, and more than likely by that time I'll be releasing some new work as well. What else is going on? I don't know, you guys. Quite a bit. And if you are not already subscribed, please click that subscribe button and give me a holler if you ever want to work. I'm always down to work. And I'll try to put up a book review every other week. I'm very tight with time right now, seeing that I only have 1 month and 15 days before New York Fashion Week, and for me to be sewing alone, that's not a lot of time. So I'm going to do what I can. But I also want to shout out my team. Samantha, she is the show manager. She is getting the word out there and doing her best, and I greatly appreciate it. Yasmin Lauder, the cinematographer and videographer, we're going to be working on the campaign ad here in like a week. Time flies when you're having fun, right? So I've already talked to the purse designers. There's 2 this year, not 1. The casting and model coach. She's both. I know. Her name's Midoriyame. One of the people that I interviewed for the Atelier 21 podcast. She's a beast in many things. She wears too many hats. She has them all. She got to hang them up on a wall and pull 3 hats down a day just to walk out of the house. She's one of those. And I'm so thankful to know these people and to have them in my corner. I also want to shout out Dosha and Paulina. Dosha is a DMV makeup artist based in DC. But she travels up to New York all of the time to work with amazing people. Dosha's been with me from jump. I want to say last 4 or 5 years. So I'm thankful to know her and that she's been rocking with me. No questions asked. And with beautiful execution when it comes to makeup. And Paulina. Paulina is currently in Tampa, Florida. She is a wonderful makeup artist. I've been rocking with Paulina for probably like 2 years now. You can see some of her work with the photo shoot called Mama Longlegs. It's the white dress and the floral jacket with a point on the back. Fantastic makeup artist. Anything that I come up with, these makeup artists are able to execute and exceed my expectations. And for those who don't know, for theater studies and training and stuff like that has made me prepared to know what kind of makeup that I want. When a makeup look is created, I create that. No shade to these makeup artists at all. So if you are interested in doing makeup at New York Fashion Week in February 5th, 2020, please comment below or shoot me an email at info@ontaviaroulette.com. I would greatly appreciate it. I will review your work and I will get back to you if you're a great fit. Any hairstylist. I also do the hair or purchase the wigs and style the wigs and give the style to the hairstylists to be executed. If you are a hairstylist that can do both straight up white and black hair, but predominantly African American hair, please comment below or shoot me an email at ontaviaroulette.com. If you missed the MO, we are listening to Jocelyn and the Sweet Compressions. It's a very close friend of mine. They're a wonderful group. You can check out their website. It's www.jocelyn, JOSLYNANT. I'm sorry, that's Jocelyn and the Sweet Compressions. The website is Jocelyn, JOSLYNANDT. sc.com and go to their music page and you can roll through this music that we listened to today that she's been playing in the background. She is a beast. Funk music queen and wonderful band. And I'm so thankful that they gave me the permission to be able to play their music in the background of this video. If you are a musician, a singer, or a band, and you would like for your music to be played in the back of my next book review or any of my videos, please comment below or shoot me an email at info@ontaviaroulette.com and I will listen through your music and I will give you a credit on the next video with links to your website so that you can get those SoundCloud, Spotify, Tidal plays to get them bills paid. Okay. Anyway, I just want to say before we get to a closing, I think we got another like 15, 16 pages here. I thank everybody for listening to me just chit chat, not really reviewing these looks, but they're wonderful looks. They're great looks. They're fantastic looks. I guess I should talk more about the looks. If I should talk more about the looks and not just about my life, please let me know and comment below. If you have any questions about any of the pages that we went through or anything like that, or where the runway show was, please comment below with the time signature. I can pull it up and give you an answer to that. Or if there's a page that you need a screenshot for, also comment that below and I can hook you up with that as well. I'm so thankful that in the 2021 collection that we are upcycling and recycling quite a bit of fabric to make this collection. So there's going to be a lot of one-off pieces. I don't know. Should I sell the one-off pieces? Probably, right? But I like to keep the originals. Does it change the fact that I made it? It doesn't change the fact that I made it. It doesn't change the fact that it's by me. if I sell the original. But I like to keep the original. Y'all don't understand. I'm an artist and I'm so sensitive about my shit that I don't even want to let it go. That is insane. That's possessiveness, isn't it, you guys? Comment below if I'm fucking tripping about keeping these these outfits to myself. Could you imagine owning like a dozen pieces from this Runway book? Just hear me out. You own a dozen pieces from this Runway book, and you could sell them, but you know that they'll probably be worth more if you keep them. What am I thinking? Let me know what you think I should do. I mean, there are going to be looks in this Runway show that are for purchase, and they will be labeled and posted accordingly, but some of them are upcycled material that came from that used to be a dress or used to be a tablecloth or a curtain, and it can't be remade, and that's the truth. And then others of them, you know, I went to Mood, had it shipped in from Etsy, got the lining from Joann's or any local fabric store. Mike's Fabric Place in Baltimore at my absolute favorite. Shout out to him. They've been rocking for quite a long time. They have beautiful fabrics from like mainstream houses like Prada, Chanel, Ralph Lauren, Oscar de la Renta. Very beautiful silks and satins and tweeds and embroidered fabrics as far as the eye can see. Is very unique. So if you ever get a chance to go to Mike's Fabric Place or The Fabric Place in Baltimore, Maryland, please go check that out. This year we have, I mentioned before that we have two purse designers. The first purse designer is Sev. Sev is a wonderful purse designer. I believe she went to, I'm trying to remember what New York school she went to. She studied in New York for design. But she made the purses in our 2020 collection. If you haven't seen the Runway show, that's on the FF channel. Just type in Ontavia Roulette and you can go ahead and check out that Runway show. And she made 5 purses for that Runway show. They're very beautiful. But she's making, I want to say 2 or 3 this year. You know, I didn't pressure my team too much. You know, it's been a difficult year for everybody. My thoughts and prayers and my love and good energy and peace of mind goes to Sev and her family during this year. But I'm so happy to have her back to design some purses for us again this year. So check her out. Then we also have a Guatemalan purse designer. When I say this man takes plastic, recycles plastics and makes them into purses, it's absolutely beautiful. And we're so happy to have him with his recycled handbags alongside our upcycled fabric in order to collaborate on this collection. I haven't looked at jewelry as much as I should, or shoes as much as I should for the 2021 collection coming February 5th, 2021. But I'm going to get into it. I think I'm at a place where I want to finish a couple more of the looks in order to get a better feel of what shoe I need to pick, because it's very futuristic, to say the least, but it's also very modern. So I need to find an equal balance somewhere, something in the middle. So I'm going to look at shoe designs. If you're a shoe designer or an accessories designer, please comment below if you would be interested in having your designs in the Runway show. Comment below, or you can shoot me an email at info@ontaviaroulette.com. And also, we have a scholarship available for fashion design students, and that is the Ontavia Roulette Fashion Scholarship Fund, where we help designers be able to get into spaces where they can show their work and get paid for showing their work and creating things with our fashion house, and for our interns to get paid, and for our models and makeup artists and hairstylists and videographers and people, the staff who does the set designs and carries the door. Like, these fashion shows aren't a run-of-the-mill thing that we just put some chairs out and you guys come sit down and just watch the runway show. No, we put a lot of thought into every bit of it, and it costs a lot of money. So we are an independent house. We don't have backers. We don't have sponsorships. We have only each other. And I want to give back. Even though I might not have a lot to give back, I give what I can. And I ask you to please donate to the Ontavia Roulette Fashion Scholarship Fund. $50 or above donation get a free New York Fashion Week ticket. If you want more information about that, please shoot us email at info@ontaviaroulette.com. Woo! We are pretty much through this book. Thankful for that. Thank you for tuning in. Please tell me if I need to talk more about the looks. Tell me if you enjoyed talking to me about me. If you want to know where to get this book from, all the locations in the world are in the back of this book, and you can grab a few. I'm going to review some more of this issues, but I'm also going to review some Harper's Bazaar, some Vogue magazines. Get that beautiful back cover. And any of the fashion books that I have in my library. And this is my first display. It may not look like this next time, but I'm thankful that you tuned in. And again, my name is Ontavia Roulette. Listen to our podcast, Atelier 1121. Follow us on Instagram at OntaviaRoulette.com. Also follow us on Twitter at Roulette, O-N-T, and that's ROULETTEONT. I hope you guys have a beautiful holiday. Have a wonderful day. And I am very thankful that you spent this last hour with me. If you're in the studio sewing, I feel your pain. If you're just, chilling out, cooking some dinner, or just inspired by fashion looks, this is the page for you.